Hello and welcome to 10-Minute Fringe with me, Laser from A Shark Ate My Penis. Today, my guest is Amy Engelhardt of Impact. How you doing, Amy?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, that seems about right. Tell me, what is the pitch for Impact?
The pitch is in 2019, a series of magical coincidences and what I called follow signs started appearing in my life around an event that I was connected to 35 years ago. Well, 30
Mm.
years ago at the time, and led me to Lockerbie, Scotland, where I had always wanted to go to pay my respects to friends lost in a tragedy there 30 years ago. I expected the whole thing to be a one sentence summary, a grief parade, and that's not what happened.
Tell me about what is the genre of this show?
It's storytelling. It's really basically an hour. It's not acting. It's basically an hour of storytelling with multimedia. There's projections and videos, and there's 5 songs in it, 5 original songs, even though it is not a musical. Um, they just kind of deepen the what's going on. And I'll have a cellist and a percussionist, and I'll be playing keyboards and singing.
Amazing. So tell me, what is your path to this show? Like you come from, you come from comedy music, right? How did you put together a storytelling show?
Well, my husband is a big storytelling dude. He does the Moth and things like that, and so I guess I'm living around it all the time. And I also write theater, but the impetus for doing this was just the trip that I took, which was absolutely life changing. And yes, I am a comedy writer primarily. I've spent a career doing things like the Bobs, which was a comedic vocal group I was in for 14 years, and I write a lot of kind of hybrid theater pieces that are funny, and I write funny comedy songs. And you and I met at the Fump Fest, which is of course funny music people.
Mhm.
And this just when this happened to me, this trip happened to me, it was so soul stirring that I would tell people the whole story, stem to stern, like Friends, and their jaws would drop. And it was even when it was happening, it was amazing because of the strange coincidences that I
Mhm.
talked about. And I had no idea that it was going to change my life, and it did. And finally, I just said to a friend of mine who directs solo shows, "Hey, I'm going to like talk at you for I don't know 75 minutes, and tell me if this is a thing, because I think this is a thing, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure." And so I talked to him for 75 minutes. The show is not 75 minutes any longer. And he went, "Oh, this is a thing, and it's called Impact." And I burst into tears because the event that it references is a plane crash,
Oh,
but
wow.
it's about what we can all do for each other in the face of um, tragic events, and
Yeah.
how can we make each other's lives even better by even this much in a world where things keep getting worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of this thing where I went, yeah, it is a thing, and I guess I'm gonna have to do
What
it.
made you wanna bring it to Edinburgh?
Well, first of all, takes place in Scotland. Lockerbie, Scotland, is about it's across the country from Edinburgh. It seemed like the natural thing to do.
Mhm.
It's basically a love letter to the people of Lockerbie who were, who were the helpers, the first responders. I don't know if you were around during the Mister Rogers neighborhood times,
Yeah, yeah.
but he always said, "Look for the helpers
Mhm.
in times in times of crisis." And truly, these people who also lost um, people in in the bombing. Truly, these people are the best of humanity in the face of the worst. And it's a love letter to them. And there are moments of levity. Like I said, it's so strange how these things happened. And
Yeah.
I am honored to do this. I kind of knew I had to. It was just this thing I had to do it. It's a thank you and a love letter to the people of Lockerbie, and I hope that it is accepted with the heart with which it is presented. And
Yeah.
even for me to say that is like so woo woo for this like hard ass, smart ass, you know, New Jersey.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
truly changed my life, and I love the stories that people want to tell me afterwards about their own lives.
That's amazing.
It's crazy.
So
I never thought I would be going with something to Edinburgh with like a show like this.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Is there a particular part of the show you're really looking forward to doing in front of folks and seeing the
Is there a
reactions?
particular part of the show? Did you say? Um, I really like playing the music. It's where I feel the most connected.
Mhm.
Um, but but I would have to say that my favorite part of the show is after it,
Yeah.
because it's when people who've seen it want to talk about, like I said, their experiences. I've done it several times at various small theaters at this point, and just people who are connected to this event but who also aren't want to talk about their lives and connection, because that's what it's about. And
Mhm.
we we all just went through this massive isolation in need of connection thing. So
Yeah.
it kind of really hits that, because it's about the fact that there are no coincidences, only connections. So
Oh, I love
so
that.
I'd say it's talking to people afterwards and having them say, "Oh my God, I went to Scotland and I had this weird mystical thing happen, and it was connected to these people that are no longer alive," or "I'm an EMT. This happened to, and I've been at these sites and I can't even tell you how weird it was to see this show and think, because people only deal with me kind of in a removed way, and they're having the
Right.
worst time of their life. And people do I don't know that people think about the people who um who respond. I mean, sure, 9/11,
Yeah.
but uh but like I said, it's connecting with people and hearing their stories, and if I can help people process things for themselves, like I said, even for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and think about things differently, boy, I'm happy about that. It's kind of like
Amazing.
the same thing we do with comedy music, It's like
Exactly.
if I can make you laugh or go away from whatever it is that's screwing you up today or bringing you down today, 5 minutes, I've done my job.
Yeah. So I have a question for you, Amy, from my previous guest, who is Ben Noble from the show Member. And he wanted to know, what is the item in your luggage you cannot deal without?
I don't want to say like moisturizer, because that's such like
Yeah,
like such an old person thing to say.
that's fine.
I'm gonna go with there's there's like this lidocaine thing that
Mm,
you're like, what the hell are you talking about? I am bug meat. Okay,
mm,
I grew up in New Jersey, so I'm like freaking bug meat. So in the summer, if I get like a gazillion mosquito bites, the only thing that helps is this weird green goo that's a lidocaine, like a burn cream. And it's not like your, lame ass calamine lotion or anything that is for actual bites. This is the serious second degree burn stuff. It's the only thing that stops me from scratching mosquito bites. So that's what
yeah.
I'm gonna go without.
Perfect. Do you have a question for my next guest, Amy Engelhardt?
Yeah. Are you going to eat haggis?
Ooh. Are you going to eat a haggis, Amy?
Have you tried it?
I have.
Are you going to try it if you didn't?
Amazing. So when and where is your show in Edinburgh?
My show is at the Gilded Balloon Teviot. I think your show is as well. In the dining room, which is known for being a theater venue. And it's at 1:00 every day except August 15th, which I am giving myself a day off. And also my birthday is August 17th. So don't bring me haggis, but I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
But the present will be you being.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it sounds amazing. Everybody check out Impact. Amy, thank you so much for joining me. And thank you everybody for joining me
Thank
for
you
10
for
Minute
asking.
Fringe. Absolutely. We'll see you next time.
It's going to be so much fun.